to start the recap. Of course, anyone else can join in. You can recap from your character's perspective.
Man, okay. I'll start things off, right? So this turned out to be a sea hag, right? However, neither I nor Fenza really knew what exactly was waiting around that corner. And considering that we're in like Iceville, Frost Street, right? Um, there was a very real chance that that could have been like a beer hag or something like that, which would have killed us so brutally. And so probably the predominant emotion is like overwhelming fear and dread.
Heroics. We engaged in daring heroics. We were perfect in every way. The plan went off without a hitch. And the murder of the sea hag. If that is what it is, I just know it's
One
a hag.
might call it a righteous slaying.
We were heroes. Took the hag's head. We explored the cave. Not a lot in the cave.
We even stole or not stole, looted.
Looted the cauldron. She didn't have anything else.
Yeah. We took the bones via like most sort of recent bones that were there because they might be from the guys. We are like gonna give that to the families.
Yeah, we were like, here you go. Not sure what to do, but here you go.
Yeah.
Could always try revivify.
That would not work because they don't have organs, sadly. Now that I think about it, actually, that's probably why Revivify doesn't work after so long, because once the organs start to die, you're fucked, However, Fenz is actually thinking about, like, trying to, like, put them together into, like, skeletons, so that it's a more presentable sort of burial thing,
I mean, that's fair. Do you want to go back and gather the rest of the bones?
I think we took
we took what we thought was correct, but there's probably more. Probably more were just turned into the broth of the soup.
Rin, was there any bones in that broth? Was it a nice bone broth soup?
Well, don't bones dissolve?
There was whole human body parts inside of it, yes. And I would say bones would be including in that. I mean, you can't have a hand without bones.
I see. Okay.
Well, you can. Wait, can you debone a hand?
With a lot of work, yes.
With a really good filleting knife, yes.
Yeah, a good filleting knife, good set of pliers, maybe, if you want to keep it more intact.
Would a hag bother to debone a human?
Yeah.
No.
Would be the question. Okay.
No.
Okay.
Probably not.
Maybe we just give them the skulls, There's something kind of romantic about the skulls,
I'm still not quite sure I understand this group, however. How we managed to come together and kill this hag still baffles me. Grohl, if that is in fact his name, I think the Arctic Savage just makes guttural utterances every now and then. Grohl was certainly not himself. He almost seemed like another person, and the universe itself just seemed out of sorts, almost as if it had a toothache. So how we yet managed to make it out of that cave alive and return with a random bag of bones, I still don't understand. And is it customary to just give the next of kin a bag of bones? That seems a bit crass. Perhaps it's just my Fey upbringing, but that does not seem to be proper.
Let's be honest. When you break it down to its basics, we are all just bags of bones, essentially. So
Look.
it's not a big difference between bringing them alive and bringing just bones in a bag.
I'm sure his wife would beg to differ.
Look, we're doing the best we can with what we have. And we're not dropping off the bones. That's the captain of the guard's job.
Regarding the end of the session, right as things started to feel the most wrong and achy, right? Fenza is starting. Kai is very insistent on learning about the rhyme, and she's currently sort of trying to reconfigure her plans to try and fit that, because that needs to be done in like a safe place. And so Fenza is starting to think about like, okay, well, what like holy places can we go to? Like, what are the options here? In regards to really figuring this out.
All right, would that be it for the recap? Anything else to add from anybody?
We also asked if the captain of the guard has any further jobs that she would consider us first. You know, get us some steady employment.
Well, since we failed in our last assignment and brought back bones instead of
We
succeeded.
We succeeded.
The express hope was that it was going to be a rescue mission, not a recovery.
I think everyone knew that it was going to be a recovery. Like the express hope was that it would be a rescue, but I think implicitly,
technically, she did ask you to find them.
We found
you
them.
did do that.
True.
We fulfilled the mission according to her exact wording. She should be more careful with her wording.
And I mean,
that's how you lose your soul.
Yeah, you're the one to fucking to know this, the Mr. Fey man.
Oh, these humans can learn. I love it.
So shall we go in, everyone?
We've already talked to the caps. I think we're just heading back to the tavern.
Okay, so you're heading to the tavern?
Yeah, I think every character's like, let's sleep. We need to sleep.
Yeah.
Wait, are you heading back to the tavern or the inn?
Inn.
You're in the inn. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? Just for the sake of it, I'll use the same map for both. So here we go. And I'll drop you guys in, so it's not black. Asha. Then we got Kai. Fenza. Roll. Ace. Yep, that's everybody. Everyone can see. Everybody can see.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright. So you guys return to the Wet Trout.
Benza is gonna say, so how are we doing money wise? Do we just buy something to eat, or do we make something for our ride?
I got some money to spend on a meal.
Alright, if I'm not cooking, I would be free to bring back the bones and stuff.
We dropped that off with the captain of the guard.
Oh,
wait, my bad. You say you went to the inn. Yeah, you're at the inn.
Wait, we're going to cook the bones.
So as you return to the inn, Ronaldo greets you. Oh, welcome back. You were gone for quite a bit. Anything exciting? Ghost related?
Found a cauldron.
Oh,
Dragging this giant metal magical cauldron in.
There is also a gigantic elk outside. Like literally probably taller than the entire town.
Fenza will nod towards the elk and say, "You know, our day was surprisingly boring. Just a lot of trudging."
A lot of trudging through snow, nearly falling to our death on ice, normal stuff.
Your spirits spoke truth, though. They were long dead.
Oh, sorry to hear that. On the good news, I've been telling people about the seance, and I think we're having another one tonight. It brings in the customers. If you want to join.
I think I might be good for now. Can you do me a favor?
That would be. Depends on the favor.
If anyone comes into this seance with strange intentions, or tries to make deals, is there any chance you could let us know?
Wait, say that again. You were coming in and out.
Hey, really fast, Nico. You're giving me like a lot of like static.
Oh, that was coming from Nico. Okay.
Okay, but she'll say, if you run into anyone at this seance who seems like really, really into it, strangely, or they want to make any sort of details, is there any way you could just give us a tip?
You know what? For you guys, sure. And I won't even charge you.
All right, fair enough. She's gonna. Okay. Yeah, there was a donkey too.
Are you beckoning the donkey into the cauldron or into the inn? I'm a little confused.
There's a
Into the
donkey in
cauldron.
the inn.
There's a donkey, yes.
What are we gonna eat? See, I'm actually thinking.
Yeah, dinner's on Asha tonight.
I never agreed to such things.
Yes, you did.
No, I did not. Erebus, did I agree to such things? Erebus
hoot.
just hoot. See, Erebus says I never agreed to such things. Erebus
Why don't we
never
ask
tells
the
lies.
It seems like they would be the one to interpret such things.
See, this is my familiar. I know him the best out of anyone who ever could know an owl.
Really? Is there like a mental connection there?
Of an arcane sort, yes.
It just
You
sounds
wouldn't-
like you have a deeply personal relationship with that fowl.
Yeah. There are some Fae that do not particularly like Erebus, and he's just spending some time on this plane. I'm anchoring him to this plane so that those rather upset Fae don't come chasing after him.
I can understand this. I have some Fae that are not very happy with me at the moment as well.
So he
Yeah.
helps me out, and, he doesn't die.
And realizing that perhaps Kai said too much, he turns to the barkeep and says, "Barkeep, your best meal for the table, please."
Oh, the best meal. I got something for you. They came in the other day. There's something all the rage over in Bryn Shander. I managed to get my hands on some. They're called hop survivors.
And what would that be?
Doesn't sound too appetizing. I'm gonna stick to the donkey.
They say it's a mystery meal.
Because
I'll try it.
haggis doesn't sound too offensive, but that kind of sneaks up on you.
Alrighty. Would that be for all of you, or
For the whole table, yes, for all of us.
so
I'm gonna
5
stick
orders
with
of
the
hop
donkey.
survivors?
And your
Right.
best bottle of wine, please.
Oh,
And then whatever they want to drink.
did you get a big payday or something?
We have to pay for this?
Yes.
I must remember the need to carry money.
Oh my
I'm
god.
sorry. What was that?
Kai, do you have any gold pieces left?
I do, yes, yes.
Yes, this is gonna probably take several of them.
Okay,
The
so
the magistrate was very generous in outfitting me for this expedition.
okay,
The
so
donkey is free.
so that will be 5 silver for the wine. You want the whole bottle, correct?
Yes.
All right. So the bottle of wine will be 5 silver, and the hops or hoppers are 2 silver each. You said you wanted. Would that be all right?
And mead all the way around?
Yes, that
So
sounds
mead?
appropriate.
So a round of mead for everybody.
Yes.
5 copper.
Okay. Kai gives him 2 gold and says just let him know when that runs dry.
Alright, and those are the prices each, so you guys can keep track of everything in the chat.
Okay.
All right.
10 silver, wine 5 silver. Yeah.
Fenza is going to wave over for Ace to come over.
What? I'm busy.
So what are you asking the donkey to come over for?
Nah, I'm asking politely the donkey to step inside the cauldron.
Are you trying to get
What?
inside the cauldron?
Yes,
You're casting speak with animals. Okay. So as you
virtually.
yeah, no problem. As you ask the donkey will go ahead and reply. You think I'm stupid?
No, buddy, I'm just thinking you're cold, you soul.
I've seen those before. Those are for cooking.
They're also for warming. You know, people get into them all the time.
Are you planning on eating me?
No, buddy, no, not at all. Just warming you up. You look cold in there. You know, the place is cold.
Roll a
Wasn't there like
deception.
wasn't there like a stove or a hearth inside the place?
Yes.
In the center of it, I can't see it.
No, it's in the far wall. You're thinking of the other
Over
place.
here. Yeah, and the wet shroud, the harp is at the center. Deception 17 plus. Okay. Donkey goes ahead and is like, "You won't cook me, right?
Nah, buddy, no.
It is cold."
Gonna give the donkey a good old bath. I've got the create bonfire cantrip for him.
All right. He climbs into the cauldron.
Asha just looks at this exchange with a raised eyebrow.
So, Ace, I take it you aren't the voice of the animals type of druid, huh?
I mean, it's a good thing, especially when you got more than one fuzzy ball.
Do I have a stat block for a donkey? What is this average? What is this? No, I don't have a stat block for a donkey. Well, I'll say if you boil a crab slowly, you know. What does it boil a lobster slowly? They don't know. No, frog. It was a frog.
Yeah. But what's it called? Fenza's gonna say to everyone, so what's everyone's plan? Asha, you mentioned that you might want steady employment, right?
Some way of affording working out of here, yeah.
Does anyone have anywhere else they'd like to visit in Icewind Dale? There's 9 other towns, I've been told.
I need to better understand the source of this winter blight and the motivations of the one causing it. I fear that I will not be able to find those answers in this small town here.
That's what I'm thinking about too, Kai. We should visit the local temples, but if that doesn't work out, then we're gonna need to be ready to move out.
So you two are seeking a way to end this endless winter?
He is, and I'm
Well,
along for the ride.
The charge that I'm given is not so much to end the endless winter, but to find out the nature of it, and should any of the Fey courts be responsible, and report back to my patron.
Huh.
I'm
Which, of course, out of character. Once he finds the source of it, he's going to want to put an end to it. But
Yeah.
right now, that's where he's at.
Yeah. Asha just takes a very long drink of her mead after that explanation.
So quick question, Sushi. You poured water into the cauldron, correct?
Yeah.
About how much would you say?
I don't know how much is how much I can get away with.
I mean, it can hold up to 30 gallons.
That's a lot of water.
Yeah, I don't know gallons. They're like some yank
It can hold up to 3 liters is roughly.
Calculate.
3 liters is a little bit under a gallon, so 3
Gallons.
It's 136 liters.
That's
yeah,
a lot.
what he said.
30 gallons is 113 and a half.
113. Yeah, that many liters.
That is a third of a bathtub. Thank you, Microsoft Calculator.
Wait, so as we speak, you're sort of boiling this mule alive?
I'm giving him a good bath.
So about that. So when you pour the water into the cauldron, and shortly afterwards, the contents of the cauldron turned into a rich and hearty stew.
See? I'm not gonna cook you. Just a bath. That's supposed to happen.
A stew bath.
Yes.
Can I do an insight check on this?
Yeah, I would like to do an insight check as well, because what kind of meat is this?
Donkey.
Well, now donkey.
Oh, I have no idea.
I'm just worried.
Stew? Is that stew? I thought the donkey crapped.
So, like, is Ace like actually trying to kill it, or does he just want to wash it?
I'm kind of trying to cook it, but I don't think there's a need anymore.
I mean, technically speaking, given current events, if you want to stick with it, you just made a bunch of donkey stew.
I mean, the donkey's okay, right? It's been just a minute or something.
I'll leave that up to you. Like, do you want the donkey to be okay, knowing that the cauldron's magical?
If we've got food, the donkey can even have some.
Okay. Okay. Because I was gonna say, if you want, the donkey just becomes part of the stew.
Fenza is just gonna come over and just say, listen, kid, you know that you can't just, like, kill an animal and toss it in a bowl to make a stew. Like, you have to dress it, like, there's a whole process to it.
Apparently not to this pot.
See, it worked out. Wanna taste? Tastes good.
Are you sure that's not human or something? Wasn't there was a hand in this bowl? Like, I'm not very squeamish, but I'd want to at least wash it out a couple of times first.
Okay, so here's here's an interesting experiment when we have time. What if we put different types of meat into the pot with water? Would we get rabbit stew if we put a rabbit in there? Would we
Why would
get
you want
a
rabbits to?
would we get a
Rabbits are
potato
all
soup
lean.
if we put a potato in there?
Yeah, I'm like worried that meat is actually still like rabbit.
Yeah, imagine eating rabbits. You're gonna get poisoned if you eat just rabbit.
Let me here. I'll bite the bullet, and she'll take out one of her spoons and like try like one of the like little like meat chunks, right? What does it taste like? Does it taste beefy, like, or kind of like horsey, or does it taste kind of?
Roll a d4.
Okay,
It tastes like chicken.
because if it tastes like pork, then I'm spitting it out.
Tastes like chicken. Yeah.
Okay. Fencer's gonna say, it's probably not human, unless it's some sort of weird humanoid.
Should we be concerned that you know what human tastes like?
Okay.
Yeah.
Explain. Let me explain. Okay.
Please do.
I spoke to a goblin once who said that it tasted like pork.
They call it long pork for a reason.
They do.
Yeah. Okay. It's not me. I don't be eating people. I promise.
Alright, and shortly after, during this conversation, Ronaldo comes out, and he has, comes out with a cart. On the cart is a nice, reasonably sized bottle of wine. There's a, couple of mugs of ales, one for each of you. And there are 5 extra large eggs. Like I would say about the, they're about half a foot in height. Really large eggs. There's 5 of those. And he walks up and he places one egg in front of each of you at the table, and he turns and looks at Ace over by the cauldron, and just like, oh, you also decided to make dinner. It's all right. It's not like I, went into the kitchen and prepped all this and got it all ready.
I am not eating the donkey stew. Do not worry.
Wait,
See?
donkey.
So good.
Tell you what. I'll like freeze it. I'll get it out there and it'll be good for a few days. Okay. This is a lot right now, and I kind of really want to talk about what our plan is for the next few days.
Yes.
All right. So, there is a deficit in our attention spans here today.
All right, so
Okay.
Ace, there, for that cauldron, real quick. So it made enough stew so that you can feed 4 people per liter. I mean, per 3 liters. Yeah.
Per 3 liters.
Yeah.
Just
I assume that.
it's fine.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I assume that translates to.
4 people per gallon, roughly.
Yeah.
4 people per gallon and holds what, 30 gallons?
Yeah.
So 3 to 30 is 90, so 90 people, and that's like 1 minute, and just water. That's that is yeah, that is handy.
All right, and through experiment, I can now give you this.
Okay.
Cauldron of plenty.
Okay. All right, baller. Honestly, the fact that it's magic and rare makes me think like, man, what if we ripped some like shit off of this and used it to enchant our swords, you know? But
What do you think it'll do to the sword?
Ah, yes, I stabbed you. Now you're tasty.
yeah, you know. Heat it up a little bit, add some fire damage. I don't know. Um,
I
but
turn your
what's
blood into stew.
Fenza is going to motion to Ace and just be like, "All right, sit down, boy. Okay, we're having a conversation here."
Boy, I'm 27.
For some people, you are still a child.
That's kind of old for a human, actually. Now that I think about it, sorry,
Not a human.
you're not a human.
the, the ears?
I thought those were fake. I thought
They move. They literally move.
Oh, perhaps buying alcohol was not the right move.
Asha just sighs, pulls out her spell book, and starts writing in it. Occasionally taking bites out of her. You said this was like basically a giant egg.
Yes.
Yeah, just working on eating that.
So when you crack into it, is it like a hard boiled egg or a soft boiled egg or?
So as you crack open the egg, who's doing theirs
Sensory egg.
first?
I'll do mine first. Although Fenz is the chef, so.
Okay, roll a d10. Seven. All right. So as you crack open the egg, out pops of the egg in like a mystical, like kind of like dust, clears like a little cloud, and as it clears, you see on your plate a very extravagant meal of mutton, rice, and mashed potatoes.
Now this is what I'm talking about here.
Hold on, and I'm going to crack my egg very aggressively.
All right, roll a d10.
All right.
Nine. Okay, so as you crack open your egg, the same mystical, like kind of cloud forms, and as it clears, you see a charbroiled steak, complete with vegetables.
Roll is starting to get envious, and he's gonna rip open the top of his egg.
Bare hands. Bare hands.
Seven. You get the mutton with mashed potatoes on the other side. Yep.
Asha will far more carefully crack open hers.
4.
For both of us.
For both of you. So both of you, as you crack open yours, you get some steamed vegetables and a potato pie.
Apparently, the two of you are on a diet.
I've got
Yes.
to.
Can I get some like bacon with this?
You can have some stew with this.
Yeah,
You can?
go ahead and have your stew, Ronaldo says.
Lightly donkey seasoned stew.
I will hold up a silver piece when I ask for the bacon.
I'm gonna look at Ronaldo and
takes
just
it.
pour some
I'll take a look
stew
in
on
the
the
back.
pie.
Thank you.
What was that, Ace?
I'm
You
gonna
all
look
have
at
your food?
Wait,
Ronaldo
hold on.
looking at me, glaring at me, and I'm just gonna pour some stew on the pie,
Okay. Alright.
like gravy.
Right. So now
I for one will respect our host and pay for some of his food.
Fenza is going to say, and she's probably kind of tipsy by now. Look, Ronaldo, okay? Don't worry about it. We're just trying to cook in bulk for our next journey, okay? Nothing against you. This steak is absolutely delicious, okay? Dua, you want a bite of it? Come on, take a bite of it.
Besides, I got a pie.
Wait, who were you saying that to?
Ronaldo.
Oh, you're saying to
Yeah.
Ronaldo.
Yeah.
He's gonna. Oh, you roll with persuasion too. Ronaldo's gonna look at you and he's gonna say, "You know what? It's okay. It's alright. Fine."
She is just holding out this like little piece of steak to him. Her eyes are like wide and hopeful, you know?
Right. Nick's
And then
is
just
still comedian
no.
well as well.
So you've got that whole anime pouty face thing going on?
In a way.
Yeah, Ronaldo's not biting. He's still a little bitter.
She's
No.
going to slowly sink back into her seat.
I will wait for him to bring me some form of meat to have with this.
Okay, so we all have our Cadbury egg. We've insulted our host.
I haven't insulted our host.
What does tomorrow look like for us?
Yes.
I know nothing of this region, so perhaps our savage can weigh in on this. Where do you believe that we could go to find more information about this blight? You mentioned temples.
Out of a character DM, what were the 3 temples, I think, or like the 3 people that got listed to me last session? Because I kind of forgot.
Oh, for healing, you asked?
Yeah, for healing or just like holy people.
Okay, so there's the in East Haven here, there is
Yeah,
a temple to Torm, Helm, and let me refresh my memory on the last one.
Was it Lathander?
And right?
Yeah, Lathander, yeah.
Okay. Fenza is going to kind of nod and say, so from what I know, there are people here for Torm, Helm, and Lathander. How familiar are you with the gods of the prime material, Kai?
I am not well versed at all in the lesser gods.
Is Lathander like a lesser god?
Lathander is the god of birth and renewal.
He's a big boy.
Yeah. No. Like she like said that in.
Oh,
in
okay.
Yeah. He has a pretty big temple in. Okay, well listen. All right, Lathander is the literal god of sunlight, right? If anyone has a vested interest in putting an end to all this, it's going to be his priests. That seems like a very good place to start, man.
That does seem like a prudent suggestion, yes. Oh, and out of character, Nico, when Kai calls Grohl a savage, he does so with admiration. He doesn't mean it to be he doesn't mean it to be derogatory. He actually says it with a sense of respect for your raw power.
Okay.
Just before we start a fist fight here, that Kai is not going to win.
All right. Good to know.
So temples might work. This is part of why I've tried to ask y'all several times. Do any of you guys have places to be?
No.
Because here's the thing, right? Me and Kai can run around talking to priests and stuff, but we die probably within a couple of weeks. You know?
Unfortunately, this is true.
The only way that any of us are getting out of here alive is going to be if we stick together.
Silence?
Wow.
Grohl is loudly slurping his giant egg.
Yep, y'all like food. I am going to take that silence as an agreement, right?
Because we will keep feeding you.
Promise of food.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm willing to do what I can.
Here's what I'm thinking, right? We talk to the priests, right? And if things don't go well with that, maybe we start heading north to whatever town's next.
Is there a temple to this Lathander here in this town?
Yeah, there's 3 of them. Helm is, I think, the law, and Torm is, I think, like war or something. And she sort of like looks, and then she goes like, normally there's some human that I can talk to about this stuff. Shit. But yeah, that's like what I think they're about. I'm sure their priests will be more than happy to proselytize to us.
And that is a good place to start. What about this evening's seance? The last one proved to be fruitful.
It was. I actually think it would be a good idea to ask around, or at the very least spend some time at least listening in on the seance.
Yeah, potentially. I might not want to be part of that. I have to go buy that guy a drink. Maybe I could see if I could like make a few friends at the inn, or at the tavern. See if there's any goings on that might be helpful for us to know about. Maybe we split our efforts.
I'll stay here and keep an eye on the seance.
All right. So who's going where exactly?
Well, maybe we should just go on down the list here in voice chat.
Okay then. All right. So first that would be Bushi. What are you doing for tonight?
I don't know. I'm just making sure the donkey's okay. And I probably shouldn't trust Ronaldo as an innkeeper anymore. So I'm gonna sleep on the roof or something.
Gonna sleep on the roof?
That
I mean,
sounds like a terrible idea.
I mean, yes, but at the same time, I would rather not sleep in the same place people are.
Fair.
All right.
I'll keep an eye on the seance.
Okay. Ren's keeping an eye on well, Asha's keeping an eye on the seance. Nico, Grohl.
Besides, I want the full view of the stars.
It's gonna be a cold night.
So I just want to
resistance.
make sure that I'm understanding everything that's happened so far since I wasn't here for the last session. So you guys brought back a magical cauldron from the cave that we were in. Is that right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. And what was the talk about bones?
We
There were
found
bones
some of the
over.
bones of the sailors, the fishermen, and
Oh, you found them.
Yes, and we brought those back as proof of their demise, and so that their loved ones could have something to bury.
Okay, so we still have the bones, and that is a task that we have to return them.
No, we dropped off the bones with the captain of the guard to return them.
Oh, you already returned them. Okay, and we ended up at this inn. Why?
Because this to sleep for the night.
And he's offered us free room, so.
Oh, okay. Do we have any reason to owe him a favor?
We performed a seance for him.
Okay, I think I was here for that. Okay,
Yeah.
now I'm up to speed.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
So how would you like to proceed?
So Grohl will probably just tuck in for the night then.
Okie dokie. Dante? Enza?
What?
How would you like to proceed for the night?
Yeah, she's just gonna go, cause she promised that one guy a drink, right?
Okay.
So she's gonna go get him a whole bunch of drinks and just see if she can get any other sort of rumors, in the tavern, that night.
Okie dokie. Alright. And last but not least, Kay. Or did you already say you were keeping an eye on the seance?
I'm going to keep an eye on the seance, yeah.
With Asha?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, so we'll go ahead.
That's going to end well, putting the two squishies on that assignment. That's going to end well.
Look, I'll just flamethrower this problem.
Alright, so Ace and Grohl. Grohl heads to his room. Ace, you climb up on the roof and you take a number of blankets with you. It is pretty cold. But
I've got cold resistance.
you have cold resistance. Oh, okay, never mind then. You're pretty good. Yeah, you enjoy a nice starry-filled night on the roof of this fine establishment of the White Lady Inn. And then we'll go ahead and bounce to Ren and Asha. I mean, Ren is Asha. Asha and Kay. So you come back down. I see you stay in rooms for a bit, and then you come back down right before the seance is about to start. There's a handful of commoners and townsfolk gather around. You hear small talk among them. Oh, I heard that Ronaldo summoned the White Lady the other night. It was quite a spectacle. Ooh, I'm so excited. I never talked to a ghost before. And so Ronaldo's doing his grandstand, and he's like, "Welcome to the White Lady Inn, where tonight we will be communing with the namesake of this fine establishment, the White Lady herself."
Ooh.
Now, fear not, for I am now an experienced ghost whisperer. Now, in order to perform this seance, I'm going to need a small offering for the spirits of the long since past and deceased, of about 2 copper. And he goes around, he takes a hat, collecting the money from all the people. Ah, yes. Shakes his hat a little bit. He's like, yes, the White Lady will definitely use this to pay off the ferryman for her round-trip travel. Yes.
Yes.
Puts it in his pocket, puts his hat on. So,
Asha just
I will make a
smiles
big-
from her seat beside the fire, just watching this. She has her staff kind of leaning on against the table beside her, ready to go.
my friends, he points to you. Would you join us in this seance yet again?
That would
Looks
be
like-
acceptable.
You seem to have more than enough for this. I'll merely observe and take notes.
All right, very well. And he goes ahead, he gathers everybody around. The tables were moved off to the side and whatnot. And he tells everyone, gather around in a circle, everyone. Yes. Now, all of us hold hands. He already has the candles and everything set up. Now, he starts doing his incantation and starts calling out to the White Lady. Oh, White Lady, who has long since perished, waiting for the loved one's return. Speak with us and impart to us your wisdom. And nothing happens for about a minute or so, and he does it again, and then just like before, nothing happens. You start hearing whispering like, "I think this is a sham. Yeah, he might have tried to swindle us." To which Ronaldo says, "Oh, wait a second. An expert I may be, but an expert is nothing without a teacher, and I shall now consult with my teacher. For just a brief moment, please remain seated." And he runs over to you, Asha, and he's like, "Help me out here."
What do you need from me?
Like, you do magic stuff. Make lights flicker or stuff like that, you know. Help me out here.
Okay.
Already
Fine.
took their money.
Because I don't want to see you get torn limb from limb from a bunch of angry drunks. I will help you.
Okay, good. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. It seems I had a mispronunciation in the incantation. This is why it's always good to have wonderful mentors like Asha Sparrow here.
Gives kind of a bored wave to the people.
Alright, now on to the seance. And he goes in ahead and does his incantation slightly different and goes into the, "Oh, White Lady, please impart your wisdom to us." And he kind of
I'll use thaumaturgy to make like lights flicker and whatnot.
And as you do that, the people in the circle, they are like, "Oh, it's true. There is a ghost." Oh no. Well, there's one guy that gets up and starts to run for the door, and Ronaldo's like, "No, do not break the circle. It can enrage the spirits." And the guy comes back to the seat. He's like, I'm having second thoughts about this." And then Ronaldo goes on, "Oh, white lady, answer their questions." And one lady goes ahead and asks, "Will I find a husband?" "Well, white lady, will she find a husband?"
I'm going to use message on that lady.
You know what? I'm gonna intrude a bit. The elk is gonna roar like you hear a giant elk outside howl like a bull.
So, yeah, what are you saying with message?
You are merely looking in the wrong places.
Oh, I heard her voice. Oh, and then and after that, you immediately hear the giant elk outside. Oh, and a sign from the great beyond, Ronaldo says. Who would like to go next? There's a dog sled race going on next week, and I want to know who to bet on. Whoa, white lady, impart your wisdom. Who will be the winning dog in the race? White lady?
I'm trying to think of what to say. That one's a lot harder.
Put all on the red.
Oh. No. Do not bet doom shall befall this race.
Oh. Maybe she's right. The last time I went betting, lost quite a bit of money. Thank you, white lady.
I'm trying to help these people.
And then I'll say the last person to ask a question goes ahead and ask, "Oh, white lady, this may come off as a bit prude, but is there by any chance that you could perhaps tell me where my father has hid his inheritance, or his will, perhaps?" "Well, white lady, do you know the secret location of... Wait, what?"
It will be in the last place you look.
The only person in his will is Asha Sparrow.
I will use message yet again. It will come to you in time. Have patience.
Okay. Oh, wait. Does that mean he actually does like me and he has me in his will? I'm gonna get the inheritance anyway. Thank you, white lady.
If no one's looking at me, I'm gonna just death glare Ronaldo.
He's gonna give you a wink. Oh, it seems that the white lady has exhausted herself imparting this wisdom of the future. Now we must all say goodbye. And they all say, "Thank you, white lady, for your wisdom," and whatnot. And Ronaldo goes ahead and says, "Yes, white lady, you may now return to your eternal rest." But wait,
Okay,
what's this?
I'm gonna use Mage Hand to pick up a lantern or a candle or something like that, and have it float over toward me. And I'm going to say, "Wait, the white lady has more to say."
Oh, yes, you're right.
I'm flipping off Kai, is it? Yeah, Kai.
Yeah, yes.
I'm flipping off Kai.
Oh, yes.
The
You're
white
right.
lady appreciates your generosity, but she cannot accept it, and she demands that your money be returned.
Oh, that's. Oh, yes. Indeed. If that is your wish, white lady. Oh, what's this? It turns out that you changed your mind, and the ferryman is asking for double the fee.
Oh God! This insanity.
Kai is going to cast Ronaldo there a sidelong glance, hoping to dissuade him from pushing this.
But
Oh
he
God!
gets roll intimidation.
19.
Ronaldo takes your glance and he kind of like nervously does like a face and he goes, "Oh, but it appears the white lady would not wish to burden those who brought her such wonderful questions, so she will instead just linger here for a bit longer. It seems, yes." But she is not taking any more questions at this time.
So does he give everyone their money back?
He will give everyone their money back.
Okay. After he's done that and the group starts to break up, Kai is going to press a silver into his hand and tell him, do not invoke spirits that you are not capable of putting down. And do not rob good people of hard-earned coin.
Oh.
So the silver should cover the coppers that he's out, right?
Yeah.
So Kai presses a silver in his hand to cover his loss for that evening.
Then Ronaldo's like this. I'll say this happens after all the people leave, and then Ronaldo's like, "Come on, I had them eating out of my hand."
No, I had them eating out of your hand.
Okay, fine. We had them eating out of our hands.
You should thank your lucky stars that I was here.
Oh yes, I am quite lucky to have you around. That's for sure. Oh, puts the silver coin in his pocket. Oh, you guys are welcome to stay the night, of course. For free. Thing is how you help me out here.
Sounds good. And Asher's just gonna relax by the fire now.
Okay. And then we'll jump over to Fenza.
So I like imagine that like the like camera swaps and like there's like the like abrupt like sound of like music and like noise, you know. Fenza is like chugging ale with this guy, right? You know, she has like a bloody nose from fighting someone at some point, probably. You know, right?
What happened? We left you alone for like 5 minutes.
She's gonna slam down the like pitcher and say, "This is some good shit, my friend. Are you happy? Are you happy?"
You're not so bad. Thanks for the drinks. It's always good to have one. Hey, everybody! He says as he like stands up on the table. You see this elf here? They're with me. Anyone's got a problem with that, they'll have to answer to my fists, Old Betsy, and the Great Avenger.
And she's like going to slowly start like trying to be like as like serious and sober as possible. And she's gonna say, "Now listen, two things. We went to the cliff that you pointed us to, and we ended up killing a sea hag, right?"
Find Hatham in his voice. Oh wait, a hag.
Yeah. Hatham got knocked by a sea hag, unfortunately.
hells.
That means that
I
that
guess
place
it
will be
says
yours
he's
now.
not gonna pay me back then, huh?
No, but you could probably get a lot of fish there, I suppose.
Glad I could help you at least recover the remains.
Yeah, you did. And there's one thing though, right? There was a fucking sea hag, like a day's walk away from town. I've traveled the Swords Coast and I've never seen shit like that. You know? Is there anything else we should be aware of?
What do you mean?
I don't know, something that's gonna try and kill and eat us. You know, old local lore and legends that we don't know because we just got here.
Well, legends. Well, it's not so much legends. Very much true. Over the many years, decades, frost druids have been known to cast this weird magic on some of the animals of the Dales, making them smarter. Yeah, I hear they can speak common just like you and I.
Yeah? Wow, that's gotta make people conflicted when they go in for the shot, huh?
Yeah, speaking of which, I hear Dogan's Hole has been having some trouble with some of these smart animals.
Gokin's Hole?
Aye.
Alright.
It's a small settlement southwest of here. Not many people go there. Not many people come out. They're pretty isolationists, but they do have their trade. Smallest of the 10 towns, actually.
That might be a good way for me to even get in there, actually. I'll write that down. Okay? And she's going to write down Gokin Hole work animals. And then she's gonna get up and say, all right, thank you. And she's gonna turn to all of the rest of the people and just say, all right, you all have a good night. And if any of y'all want some hot stew, just come down to the White Lady Inn, and I got you. One here, okay? Y'all have a blessed night.
You hear a loud hurrah and cheer as you turn to leave the wet trout.
And she will stumble out.
All right, and then will that be the day for everybody?
Yes.
Yeah.
And she will literally make soup with the cauldron, because apparently it has a couple of uses, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So she'll make soup for whoever wants it, but outside of the inn. You know, she'll post up a little
Got a
bit away.
soup kitchen going outside the inn.
Yeah. Why not? It's free advertising.
Okay.
I mean, if you're gonna do that, I'm gonna help out.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll say for that, you and Ace start handing out soup to anyone who comes by for the night. And so that will be the day, and the aurora shimmers over all of Icewind Dale as the sun yet again fails to rise on a new day. And so, it's the next day. What's going on?
I think we agreed the temples.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Oh, when Grohl
I was
wakes up,
muted,
he wants
sorry.
to try to find Ronaldo if possible.
You see him behind the bar table.
He's gonna go up to him and ask, do you have any more of those eggs?
Hops of offers? Oh, would you like a breakfast?
Those really big delicious eggs.
Alrighty, I'll bring one up. Unless you're gonna make a stew instead, and while I'm gone.
He just like side eyes you.
Alright, so anyone else has any orders for Ronaldo before he goes into the back?
No, but somewhere before he goes to the gets to the kitchen, there's like a wet slab on the window with some stew stuck to it.
Wait, say that last part again?
Basically, there's a bit of stew flying into the window from the outside.
Okay.
Yeah, but so Fenza wakes up having a whole bunch of vanilla-like friends that she does not remember. And when she's gonna when she gets together with everyone, she's gonna say, so I apparently got some useful info last night. How'd the seance go?
It was a bust. The innkeep is also a charlatan.
Yeah, that did not end too well.
I take offense to that.
It's alright, it's part of the business. I haven't met an innkeeper who wasn't a charlatan.
You know, most innkeepers are supposed to be like aldermen, mayors.
But
Not fucking swindlers.
so here's the thing, right? There's this note, and you see in purple holy ink is just scraggled Goken's Hole, spelled wrong, work animals. And she's just gonna say, I think I don't know why, but wherever we go, we should go to Goken's Hole next.
How much did you drink last night?
None
I
of
had-
your business.
I had like a fourth of the wine bottle, and then I got some ale over at the tavern. I drank a pitcher of that. At one point, someone like convinced me into like drinking this like weird thing with sour milk, and it was disgusting. But it was very alcoholic. I don't know, I drank quite a bit. Look, there's work at Goken's Hole, and it involves animals, so it's probably not that dangerous.
You do realize that yesterday we had a giant elk.
Yeah, that's a good point.
He'd kill all of us.
Not that dangerous is a relative term.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we had to magically summon that, you know? Don't they, like, usually just, like, guard, like, groves and glades?
No. They're like mutations, not anything magical about it.
In the Feywild, my home, they roam the countryside freely in herds.
Well,
There's
elks.
herds of them?
I'm sorry?
Like elks or like giant elks?
Giant elks.
Giant.
They are not commonplace here?
No.
No, like, that would be, like, astounding, you know? Usually those are going to only be in places that are tied to the Feywild. Not
Of
that much
course,
here.
in the Feywild, the giant elks are also carnivorous and would rip your flesh from your bones in a second.
They're fucking carnivorous?
Nah, it's just fucking with you.
Hey, Kai's just making this up as he goes along. He's
Shit. Okay, look. Here's the thing. Whatever animals are in Goken's Hole, okay? They're just some stupid animals, alright? Like, they can't be more dangerous than a sea hag. We'll probably just need to herd some cattle or something.
first to the temples and then to Goken's Hole.
Yeah. Maybe we could take like a few days to just rest. Maybe like feed some people. Let's just get everyone time to get their like spells back, right?
I don't know. Are you down spells?
I'm down a spell.
I
down
assume
spell.
one is. I don't really know how it works.
I
You're
used it
gonna need
kind of.
You're gonna need a couple of days for that, right, Asha?
Yeah.
All right. I got you. No, there's not too much of a rush right now. So
Yeah,
temple.
Yeah, you guys are 1 day in of your 3-day long rest. If you are, yeah, it's a reminder.
Yeah.
So if you
I'd
want,
say
you
we'll-
can continue
I'd say we
role-playing the rest of it.
I'd say we can take a look at the elemental thing, but I'm not taking a look at the elemental thing.
Yeah, actually, during this rest, Asha will wander around town with the lantern, just having it go off. You know, doing its thing.
Just take it from Roll's skull.
I'll ask Grohl if he wants to accompany while I do this.
Oh yeah, girl agrees. Sorry.
Grohl agrees.
All right. So who's going to? So who else is going to the temple?
I am going to the temple.
There's only-
Yeah,
Oh, okay. So you two are going to the temple.
Yeah.
Bushi, anything you want to do?
Well, I'm resting, so I don't think I can go to the temple. I suppose, in the meanwhile, I'm gonna just go get me some work with carpentry.
Okay.
Carpenter's tools.
All right. And Brandon, Asha. Okay, yep, that's everybody. Okay, so, eeny, meeny, miny, you group. Okay, so, Ren and Roll, you guys are combing the city with the lantern, right? Looking for any of those spirits for hire. to find.
Yep.
Roll me a D100.
Both of us.
Either one of you. Who feels lucky? Neither of you are lucky.
That's fair.
So you guys pretty much combed the whole town, but are unfortunately unable to get it to pick up on anything.
I don't think there's any here.
How far did we walk?
We just combed the entire whole ass town,
I mean,
basically.
would you like that just to be your whole day?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jesus. Sure.
yeah. You go through the whole town, nothing.
Wow.
all right.
Group that
My
went to
my
the
scouting
temple.
background proves excellent. Most excellent.
All right, group that went to the temple. Which temple would you like to visit?
Thought we
My-
talked about Lathander?
How about we save Lathander for last? Because not only do we need to find out about the rhyme, right? But we also need to try and find someone who has access to high level healing. You know, just in case one of us breaks a leg out there.
Yes.
So we visit them all.
Sure.
All right.
So you said
Your,
Lathander
your
last.
call. Where do you want to start?
How about Torn first? He sounds the lamest. And then she sort of looks up, does a quick prayer, and just goes sorry.
All right, you head to the Temple of Torm.
Okay.
It's as you arrive, it's not much of a temple. It's more in the towards the city center, and so yeah, it's more like a bit of a rundown shack as opposed to a temple. You go ahead and you enter, and there is but a single priest. He's dressed in such a way that you would almost mistake him for a druid, And as he notices you, he says, "Oh, we don't get many visitors here."
Yes, we are outsiders, good sir. I've been told you're a man of some type of cloth.
Yes, I am, well, one of the only remaining priests of Torm here, East Haven. How the city forgets.
I can imagine how troubling it is.
Would you believe that this used to be the only temple in all of East Haven? Back before the 10 towns were even a collective settlement.
So you're the oldest?
Yes, East Haven is one of the original towns of the Icewind Dell. Back when it was nothing more than ran by wandering groups of barbarians
Where,
dedicated to Torm.
Hmm.
But that was generations ago, and the city has long since expanded.
what exactly does your, what's the domain of your god?
Torm is the god of battle, righteous battle, that is.
Righteous battle, I see. I'm gonna cut to the chase. We've been engaged in a little bit of battle lately, and I can only imagine there's more coming up, right, Kai?
Oh yes, without a doubt. Before all is said and done, most of us will probably die.
So,
Yes.
are you seeking any kind of guidance or protection from Torm?
Yeah, basically. We need to know, are you still, providing any sort of, revival or, even like, restoration services still?
I am still capable of such things, yes.
Okay. And, I'm a priestess myself, and so don't think that I won't engage in the proper rites and offerings.
Wait, say that one more time?
And I am a priestess myself, so you can trust that I'll engage in all of the proper rites and offerings that you ask for.
Very well then. So would you require these services immediately, or?
Not right now. What was your name again, good sir?
You may call me Hansel.
Hansel. Okay. And you see that she like sort of like takes this like notebook and tries to sound like Hansel, battle, so on and so forth. Yes on restoration. Yes on revival. I'm just gonna say, you appear to be in dire straits these days, Hansel.
What makes you say that?
She sort of not trying to offend. She says, "You said you were the only priest left. That implies there were others once, correct?"
There was my predecessor, but normally there's never more than one or two priests here.
Oh, has he passed recently?
He is my predecessor.
All right, very well. Well, the reason why I asked is there anything that we can do to help you out?
I wouldn't require anything. But perhaps no.
Perhaps what?
Speak, men.
It wouldn't be right, especially to ask you to do such a thing. But I feel as though lately Torm has been forgotten, and all he has done for Icewind Dell has been forgotten as well. That could possibly be why, because the Ten Towners have fallen out of his grace, which is why Uriel has taken up her home here.
What is this? What is this Uriel?
You haven't heard? You must not have been here long. She is the reason why the sun never sets, and why the winters never end.
And where does this Uriel come from?
Who knows? why gods descend upon the mortal realms. I can tell you why.
You believe her to be a god?
What else would have the power to block out, to keep the sun itself from rising over all these lands? What else would have the power to weave a never-ending winter that lasts for 2 years?
The Unseelie Court would possess such power.
That of a deity.
Yes.
Does anyone know what caused this or how it happens?
No, just 2 years ago, on a normal day like any other. It was a night, and just as the sun was about to rise, we all saw the aurora in the sky. And then nothing. Investigations were sent out, and it was discovered that the deity, the frost, the deity of cold and cruelty, Uriel, had taken up a home here. She has several followers amongst the Rahi tribes and frost druids.
The Rahi tribes and the Frost Druids. I think I heard something about the Frost Druids one time. It's kind of foggy. Okay. You said that there were investigations. Do you know who we could maybe speak to about those?
No one left alive or still in the area.
I'm not trying to slight a goddess within her domain. You could say I'm curious. The Rahi tribes, I believe, Kai.
Ray-he?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Fenza is going to take off her scarf and just kind of show her holy symbol and say,
Spell that right?
What?
I know, I'm checking the spelling.
Oh, okay.
So I'm given to understand that some cities offer human sacrifices to this Uriel in exchange for her favor.
Unfortunate. Done in attempts to appease her in the hopes that she would lift the veil.
And yet, this has proven to be unsuccessful.
Ineffective.
Fenza sort of nods and goes, ironically, those sacrifices usually make a god more powerful.
Yes, but it won't be until the next winter solstice.
Those are the days where the sacrifices occur?
Yes. There have been 4 so far.
And why would, forgive me if my question seems insolent or impudent, but why would Torm allow this usurper to come into his lands and demand sacrifices of his people?
Maybe because his people hardly worship him anymore. Like I said, this is the oldest temple in all of East Haven, and compared to that of Lathander, well, you can see.
Fenza is going to reach out, put one of her hands on the guy's shoulder, and then with the other hand, sort of lift up her holy symbol, and say, "I'm a follower of the Dark Lady. Believe me when I say that we know what it's like."
You, Dark Lady.
Illustrae, the Lady of the Moon, and of the Surface. My people were hunted down for centuries, but we're still here, you know? We will be here.
Hunted for good reasons, he asks.
She sort of eyes and says, "No, all of the wrong reasons, actually." And she sort of motions to her skin, and just says, "Loaf doesn't like it when the sacrifices stop coming."
Oh, so you aren't a follower of Loaf.
No, I Lestray,
And here I
her
thought I was
daughter.
going to have to get my axe.
No, her daughter. We walk the surface. I understand you haven't heard of us. Our only temple right now is actually in Waterdeep.
I haven't left the Dales, so.
Well, I was trying to say that we're still here, and so shall you be.
Wait, say that last part again?
We are still here, and so shall you be. Basically saying, like, you'll still be here as well.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, was that
Maybe
a
it
question?
wasn't. Maybe
No.
it wasn't a good
Okay,
idea
okay,
to
sure.
send the shadow elf and the dark elf together on this journey to go visit churches.
Yeah. No, that was a question. It's like saying, like, look, people survive crazier shit, you know? Like, you'll like, get through this, you know?
Alright, no problem. He thanks you and gives you a nod.
It's totally cool if he also doesn't understand, because Fenza sucks at this. Um, all right, well, we will keep your name in mind. And she's going to say, is there any sort of a shrine where I can make an offering?
He points to it's a statue. It's a worn statue at the end of this hall, and it's you can't tell what it is. It's long since worn down. It seems to be at least 100 years old, and it seems to be at least a warrior carrying a great axe. You can make an offering there.
As a god of battle, would an arrow suffice for such
Oh.
things?
That would be an excellent offering. Weapons, armor,
All right, very well.
trophies from trophies of kills. All of those would suffice.
She will nod, and she'll go there, sort of kneel, and place down one of the arrows that she stuck the hag with. It's like probably still like bloodstained, you know.
Oh, even better.
And yeah, and she'll just say like a quick prayer of like, "Hey, Torm, hopefully all of us can get along someday." You know.
Okay.
And
I'll
that's all.
say- All right. And I'll say you receive a blessing.
All right, nice.
Look at you.
You receive a small blessing. Comes in the form of. Let's see here. What would be an appropriate one for this one? +1 armor class for the next 7 days.
Oh shit! What? Okay.
Look at you.
Okay.
That's huge.
Yeah. Okay. AC 18, actually.
Oh.
All right. Kai, would you like to visit the other temples now?
Yes, please.
All right,
All right.
let's go.
Alright, so the next temple would be the Temple of Helm. It's a much bigger temple, but I'll say Spiel is kind of like the same as you got here. Although less bitter about their god being lost out of favor.
Okay.
And nothing new on Uriel?
Nope, nothing new.
Okay.
Nothing.
You
Okay.
pretty much learned everything that most of the townsfolk know.
Fenza will do a similar right there, and just generally be like nice and awkward throughout the whole process.
Okay.
And onwards to Lathander.
Lathander is a much larger temple, almost as big as the town hall, actually. And there's a priest there who's on. Several priests are there, but there's a head priest. You would have spoke with him. Would you be asking the same kind of questions?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
All right, well, you would get roughly the same answers. Any help that you would offer would come in the form of them asking, "Oh, just spread the word of our God."
Okay. So Fenza is going to ask specifically how their church has taken the long night.
It has been a difficult trial, but we believe Lathander is still with us. He protects those, and we persevere.
Do you pray every time the sun is supposed to come up?
We do, in hopes that he would would take action, but it seems as though this is something for us to overcome ourselves.
Yeah. And she'll sort of like trail off, like she really wants to say something, but she isn't going to say it. And she'll turn to Kai and say, "Is there anything you'd like to ask?"
Your God's
No. What's that?
Oh, nothing.
No, I believe you've covered it very well. The human gods seem to be very content to let things happen around them. The Fey Lords are much more jealous of their domains.
Fenza's gonna like sigh and say, "Here in the Prime Material, a lot of things come down to an uneasy stalemate."
As it is among the Fey, but there are always those that would fight to the death to protect what is theirs, and this land has just been given over by a multitude of gods to some ice witch.
I think what scares me about this situation and about the whole thing with the Prime Material is that it feels like countless people could like throw away their lives, and die heroically, and then the gods would just keep doing their thing.
If the Raven Queen saw one of her own worshiping one of these gods, she'd separate skin from flesh.
I don't know. Come on, let's keep moving.
All right. So would that be your whole day?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I'm thinking so.
All right. Bushi, is there anything else you want to do before we go into the next one?
Like I said, I'm just helping out with carpenters tools around town.
Okie dokie.
And would it be fair to say you just make soup for everyone?
Yeah.
And then the other two soups, perhaps we get the soup kitchen up and running?
I can even make a proper building, small shack or a hut.
Stall.
The soup
Or a
shack!
stall.
Fuck yeah! Soup shack!
All right.
Or bring the cauldron into the White Lady and give out the soup for free, and then our proprietor can just mooch off the fact that everyone's going to buy drinks to go with it.
Fenza is more leaning towards whoever is starving for lack of fish in this town,
All right.
So is there a poor neighborhood, a sprawls or something like that in this town?
Everywhere looks poor.
Everywhere looks poor. Okay.
I will ask Bushi. Roll a d10.
God damn it. I already got out of roll 20 because shit's laggy.
Right.
I bought for it.
Alright, while he's doing that, what were you saying, Kay?
I don't even remember now.
Sorry.
Sorry.
What did you want the D4 for, Rin? Or
It
the
was a d10.
Oh, that was for like the carpentry and stuff, right?
Yeah, is there someone rolls for you, Bushi?
I mean, I've got the skill for it if you want me to.
Oh no. It wasn't how well you did it. It was how much money you made.
Okay.
You want me to drop a D10 for you?
I mean, I'm already like rolling it. I'm just waiting for roll 20 to pass it through.
Any second now.
I'm just
Intently
seeing
staring
rolling
at
die.
chat.
Roll 20 is still like loading for me, but it's also rolling the dice.
You know,
Oh.
once upon a time when people met in person to do this, the dice actually never lagged up.
Yeah.
I call bollocks on that. You can easily drop the fucking dice across the room.
You're right.
You know, yeah, funny.
If it goes across the room, you didn't drop it, you threw it.
I mean, that's the only way to throw them. Roll them.
Yeah. What was it? I was DMing in person on Saturday night, and had a guy. He dropped his die like 8 or 9 times.
Oh God. What about when you're looking for your lucky dice? That's also lag.
Wait, would you guys do the thing where you like, all right, let me get out all the bad rolls before we start?
No,
No.
because that tricks you into thinking all the bad rolls are out when really they're just beginning.
And that makes you overconfident.
Yeah. But what's it called? For the last day, does anyone want to do anything super important?
I have no thing on the agenda. Just spend it resting.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've got nothing.
Yeah, I'll just say you make until you get your roll, until your roll ever goes. If your roll ever goes through, I'll take it. But until then, you get 3 silver pieces from working in your carpentry.
Rin.
Yes.
For like all of my days, could I maybe? I'm looking at downtime right now. Could all of this count toward a religious service, downtime, just to be cool with like the local priests, you know?
Sure. Yeah. I'd say you fit that pretty well.
Both her and also Lestray, because that's kind of her job is to go and make good impressions.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, you become
right.
friendly with the local priest. Oh, did it finally go through?
Oh, fuck. Yeah.
Oh, that was your religion roll. I was like, oh, Bushi's roll.
Oh, no. Poor Bushi.
Alright, okay, so going into the next day, how would you all like to spend this?
Kai's got nothing. We've done about as much research as we can get away with, so...
So just chilling?
If Grohl is feeling up to it, maybe we could walk around with the lantern and
Try that again.
Try going to different places, different things, without trying to seem creepy about it. Check out around children, around different groups of people, around
Do 100.
All right.
Sounds good to Grohl. He also is going to need a few supplies.
That's a great roll right there.
4 silver pieces.
Yes.
For Bushi. And yeah, you still don't pick anything up on the spirit lantern radar.
Bummer, dude. Okay, that's all I got.
Grohl is going to want to stop in a goods shop of some kind.
Okay, dokie.
Need to grab some more food.
And what are you buying?
What's on offer? Is it just like basic rations or anything?
Yeah, food to go would all be
Exotic?
basic. Yeah, food to go would be basic rations. I will say, if you want to get really spicy, you can buy some specific meals. And I'll tell you prices.
Like a Hungry Man TV dinner or something?
Like a Hungry Man TV dinner. Oh, that'd be a gold piece.
Good luck finding the microwave.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't need to
No,
worry
there's-
about a freezer.
We got some fancy casters in it. We got that nice pot. Are we taking that pot with us?
We could.
Absolutely. The
I certainly hope so.
Miraculous Moonlight Soup Shack.
And honestly, if all it requires is water, this place is frozen over. All we got to do is put in ice and snow.
Put snow in it, yeah.
Yeah, the yellow snow especially though.
Yes, yes. Tastes better.
Extra
Snow cones.
spice. You know.
Yeah. Do we need firewood or anything?
You guys, yeah, like like you're saying in chat, you guys did take some lumber.
I
Yeah.
mean, firewood, no, but for the because I've got create bonfire, I can just keep it up, continuously.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay.
Yeah. No. We
That's
like
for the shack itself.
no. But like, we also still got lumber just in case you died. You know. I forget how much it was though.
It was enough to fill up one of the rooms in the inn.
Oh yeah. We had a lumber room.
I don't know if we should be grateful or upset at the fact that house cleaning has not been in there yet to find it.
Both. Both is good.
And Grohl would be fine dragging around that lumber on like a little sled, right?
Oh yeah, he'll put it in the pot and then drag the pot around.
Yeah, smart.
Yeah. On a little sled. Does it? Okay, so do I need to take a day to make like a makeshift sledge to pull this crap with?
Yeah, you
got
can spend the day
carpenters
doing that
too.
with Fushi. He's also good at carpentry.
Okay. I feel like I have a skill set that would lend to that to maybe make it go faster so it wouldn't take all day.
You can paint it red.
I should paint
Yeah,
it
the red ones go faster. It's fact.
They
The
do.
yellow ones blow up bigger.
Yep, blue ones are lucky, and purple ones are the sneakiest.
What, I'm missing the
You've given a
reference
lot of thought
completely.
to this.
I
This is
got
some
a
Warhammer
bunch.
Fans.
Yeah, I actually got a bunch of commandos that I'm nearly finished my orc commando kill team.
We don't want to hear about you going commando.
Oh.
Sorry, that would be too much beer.
Then.
So are we good?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
All right. So, could you maybe take us to the world map, Ren?
Okie dokie. So you guys are heading out now?
Yeah.
And are we bringing
Oh,
the
you-
donkey with us? I kind of feel like the donkeys become part of the group now.
Are we
We
bringing?
have
Do we still have the elk?
No,
it
that would have
disappeared.
gone away.
Yeah.
Well, if we're bringing the donkey, then I don't have to pull the sledge. Just hook it to the donkey.
But yeah, no, we spend this day resting, not doing much.
Okie dokie. Alright.
Okay. So we're in East Haven. We know there's some sort of job in Dugan's Hole, right?
Right.
Ooh, I'm gonna pull out a fuzzy ball.
Okay.
What's it was again? D10?
The eater thought it was.
Let me double check.
D8, yeah. Ooh! That's nice.
What was it?
It's a 7.
7? Direwolf.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Yeah, I think a direwolf can pull a sled on its own.
Yeah,
With
Oh,
people
definitely.
they're
with- yeah,
pretty big.
It's a large beast.
Sweet.
yeah.
I can ride it. Probably.
Are you small creature?
No,
Bushy?
I'm medium. But it's
Oh,
a
okay.
large beast.
Yep, large beef, strength 17.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it can carry it. You can carry it, yeah.
That's awesome.
All right, nice. All
Love
right.
that for us.
Also, Fenza is gonna sort of relay what they sort of learned to Grohl. Basically, just like the rough outline, and the fact that like none of the priests knew anything beyond the like rough outline or anyone that we could talk to. All in all, it's probably pretty grim news for him.
Interesting. So we're headed where exactly again?
We were going to Dugan's Hole, but it looks like we'll come across Goodmead first.
Dugan's
And
Hole.
that's about 15 hours worth of travel, so we could overnight at Goodmead, so we're not stuck out in the elements,
Gotcha. Okay.
and then move on to Dugan's Hole the next day.
So
Yeah.
we're heading toward where my tribe was last located too.
Where your tribe was last located?
Yeah, they were camped up over here.
Near the Red Run. Okay.
Yep.
Right.
Do you
But they're
worship
nomadic,
Thorn?
so they move.
Ah, yeah.
I'm sorry, I cut somebody off.
Oh.
You go.
Okay. Fenza's gonna ask whether Grohl worships Torn or some other god.
Hold that thought. Forget what I put on my backstory.
Alright, so if we're all done with this downtime, we'll take a break and then we'll pick up as you guys are getting ready to head out.
All right.
Right.
To Goodmead.
Alright, 5-10 minute break.
Sounds good.
Yeah, sure.
Excellent.
Alright.
And he tells you like all of these tribal stories and passes down his oratory history.
So, traveling to Dogan's Hole, stopping in Goodmead, right?
That's the idea.
Alright.
That's the plan.
See here. Wait.
With a name like Goodmead, however, we may have to add some stuff to that cart.
Alright.
Well, Grohl's got to have something to bring back to his tribe if we run across him.
That's right.
Okay. So, on the road to Goodmead, you do encounter some trouble. I say about halfway through, the wind starts picking up. And within a matter of minutes, you find yourselves beset by a blizzard. So visibility has been reduced significantly, and I will now ask you, would you like to proceed through the blizzard or stop and look for shelter?
Can I create a shelter with carpenter's tools?
Wait, say again? Bushi?
Can I create a fucking hell wasn't can I create a shelter with carpenter's tools?
Could you create shelter with carpenter's tools?
Yeah.
As he suggests this, Fenza is just gonna say, I doubt you could make any shack that would be stronger than a cave or the like.
Nah, not like a shack, but like a wall to
Oh, just to
basically
block the
guard
wind.
again. Yeah, block the wind, block the precipitation, so the campfire won't, go out.
basically
Um,
just a lean-to, right?
Yeah, essentially.
Oh, okay, yeah, something like that, definitely, yeah. I say
Okay.
you'd be able to cobble that together in about let's say about 20 minutes to a half hour.
While Bushy is making his little lean-to thing, can Grohl do either a perception check or a survival roll to see if there's something that may be better suited for the whole party?
Yeah.
Yes, you may.
Which
And
would you like?
you are a Goliath, correct?
Correct.
With resistance to
Cold.
So yeah, I will say you won't have disadvantage on it. But yeah,
Okay. Do you want perception or a survival?
survival.
Okay.
Ooh. Okay.
22. Okay. So you go out into the blizzard, and after a little bit of searching, you find a little bit of a cavern, like the entrance of a cavern sprouting out of the ground.
Okay. So he's going to go back to the party and inform everybody that there's a underground cavern that would shelter us all safely from so that we can wait out this storm.
Fenza was sort of looking very skeptically at this lean-to. She's gonna nod and say, "I trust the guide."
Yeah, I suppose.
He's the local.
2D.
So Grohl will lead the donkey and with his boar skull lantern and hope everyone follows him safely. His tracks are big enough that maybe everyone can make their way through.
Yeah,
Yeah.
why don't we... I'll get out my rope, and why don't we do the whole kindergarten thing where everyone puts a hand on the rope to make sure that no one gets lost?
Good idea.
Okay, good. Because I was
Yeah.
going to make you guys make survival checks to see if you get separated.
Okay. All right. Nice.
I used to be a teacher. Some things still come in handy.
Kindergarten?
Well, I was basically all of elementary.
Nice.
Yeah, you
Crazy.
gotta tie those kindergarten together, otherwise they get lost.
Man, and
They like to, they usually
they
like
chew
to hold
through the
your hand
ropes
anyway.
But yeah. All right.
All right.
As the blizzard kicks in, she'll say, "So, Ace, can you get a fire going?"
Sure.
I will say you guys are in the cave now, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I will say, as you enter the cave, you realize it's unusually warm considering the circumstances.
Balls.
Getting this out of the way right now. Oh, damn it. Oh no, okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, perception. Okay. So what are you specifically trying to keep an eye out or an ear out for?
Do I see anything coming from further inside the cave, or do I hear anything like voices or the sound of fire or anything like that?
You don't hear the sound of fire, but you do hear very faint, because as though it's like a quite further in, a whimper.
Um,
Go ahead.
I have 120 feet of dark vision. Can I see the end of this cave?
120 feet.
Yeah.
I would say no, because there are bends and twists.
Okay. Fenza will say we should be on guard. This is quite the cavern we have here. It's not a little slice in the mountains.
So, Asha, can you send your pet to reconnoiter?
You up for it, Erebus? Erebus hoots.
Buzz noise
Okay.
in the background.
And Asha will make herself comfortable, and yet again her eyes glaze over as she sends
Okay.
Erebus out.
All right. So you send Erebus to fly down the tunnel and scout, and you're perceiving through Erebus's senses, correct?
Yep.
All right. So seeing through Erebus's eyes, flying down the cave tunnel, you reach the end, which is a bit of a round chamber. I'll say you also have Erebus's sense of touch as well. So it's very warm. I would say about almost 70 degrees Fahrenheit, 20 Celsius.
Wow.
And he spots a girl, kind of in rags, and she was the one whimpering. And there's a chain, there's an iron collar around her neck, and with a chain going to the wall. It's like a thick, heavy iron chain.
Asha will immediately exit her connected senses with Erebus after kind of giving like a mental command to like
Oh,
come
and
back.
one more touch. There's also bodies, skeletons, around this chamber as well.
Do you say this?
When she returns and starts standing up, there's a girl chained up. Come on.
Yeah.
And she'll basically start jogging towards where the girl is at.
Fenz is gonna fucking run too.
So was Kai.
All right, so all three of you are running. Grohl, Bushi.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys are running down this chamber, and you all feel it now. The further down you get, the warmer it gets, until you get to this large chamber. And at the opposite end of the entrance you're coming in, there's like I said, there's a girl with a iron collar and a thick, heavy chain going from the collar to the wall of the cavern. And as soon as you enter the chamber, she looks up to you, and her face just kind of like lights up, and she stands up and tries to run towards you, but then gets, she reaches the end of the chain, she gets yoked back and starts coughing. Please.
Okay.
Help.
Okay. Fenza is going to dash over. Question. Is this like a little girl? Like how old are we talking here?
I say looks fairly young. She becomes a human girl, about early 20s, long red hair.
Okay, so like a young woman then. Okay. All right. Okay. Fenza is going to gently push her back a little bit and say, "Don't choke yourself. We're gonna get out of here. I've done this before."
Okay, I have proficiency with thieves' tools, and I possess thieves' tools. Can I attempt to pick the lock?
Yeah. Yes, you may.
What would you like me to roll?
That
Good.
would be
I thought I'd break it.
that would be the thieves' tools. As she goes ahead and she says, "Oh, thank you so much. I've been stuck here for days."
What's she attached to?
It is a very thick, a very heavy iron chain. I say it's about the segment of chain that you would pick up. It weighs, I would say, nearly 80 to 95 pounds.
Okay.
Just the segment that you have.
Okay, but I'm like what's it called? Like, what is the chain attached to at the end?
Oh, it just, like, the chain just seems to phase into the wall of the cavern.
That's fucking weird. Okay, Fenza is going to look like forward, back, and say, I don't think I've ever seen a chain like this. We should get her free and move out. We can deal with. Does she have winter clothes?
No, she does not.
And we can't take her out in a blizzard.
Grohl
Very
takes
well.
off
I'll give her mine.
his bearskin cloak and wraps it around her. I mean, it would be more than big enough to cover her entire body.
Oh,
Yeah, but that's not. Yeah, but that's not like Arctic clothes, though. Um,
I can give her my clothes. I've got cold resistance.
So does Grill.
Yeah.
so
Yeah, so
you
does-
both
Snowshoes.
eager to be proper gentlemen, throw your coats over her.
She can also huddle with the wolf, I suppose.
Oh yeah.
that
Yeah,
chain is
she
connected.
can ride the dire wolf.
That chain is connected to the wall very strangely. It almost looks like some sort of magic. I'm willing to reckon that the blizzard is less dangerous than whatever's in here with us. And she's gonna look to the girl and say, "Do you know what might be in here with us?"
Before I get into that, Kai, as you try to fiddle with the lock, you're unable to get it open.
Well, that bites.
You've got
And-
guidance.
Like, so I will say, like, and as you fail to pick the lock, the girl's face seems to contort in a. Actually, roll what's your passive perception, you guys? I don't have your tokens on
It
the
was
board.
13.
Mine's
13.
13 also.
11.
15.
Okay, so Fenza, you would notice that her, as Kai fails to pick the lock, you notice the girl's face kind of like contorts in a very, not in like a hopeless kind of way, but more in a, like an angry that it didn't work way.
Yeah, understandable. Okay. Fenza, does it look like there's any weak part of the chain, like where it like connects to the collar, or normally it's like connected to some sort of post or something along those lines?
So the collar is a thick iron, like collapsing collar, like two ends that collapse around the neck, and the chain is going through a hole on the one on the part where they would connect, and on the opposite side of the hinge. And it's like a solid, I would say, 2-inch thick black iron chain. Like yeah, the links themselves are about 2-inch thick.
Okay.
Two
Oh,
things real quick.
Yes.
Did we get inspiration from our
Yes.
Okay, cool. Second thing, I'll approach Kai after he tries and ask him, do you mind if I borrow those to take a crack at it?
Yeah, Kai hands him over.
I will spend my inspiration on a thieves' tools check.
Okay.
I'm
you have
proficient, I
guidance.
just don't own any.
Okay.
You have guidance. Don't forget that. Very important.
Guidance is what, D4 onto this?
Before into that.
Yeah, I never added that onto mine. That's okay. Go ahead and roll it. See what you get.
Yeah, I remember.
Oh, and then where's a D4 when I need one?
it could very well be a DC 25.
Yeah, I saw that he wanted to use guidance. It's just even with the max roll before, it still wouldn't work.
So that would bring it up to a 20.
23.
Yeah.
So you fiddle with the lock as well, and you're also unable to get it done.
All right. Okay.
All right, well, brute
So
strength.
here's the thing. Fenza's fists are about as strong as a hammer right now. They aren't maces yet. However, she's going to ask the girl to kneel while she tries to break the hinge on this.
She goes ahead
Okay.
and she sits down on the cave floor, kind of
Okay.
like like almost like sitting on her knees, and she says,
Okay.
"Please, you have to get this off of me."
And can I try to make a dexterity like martial arts check, I suppose?
Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Cool. And I'm going to use my inspiration on this. Okay. Please. Oh, that's a 20 and I don't know why it didn't roll twice. 20.
20. Okay. So you're just attacking it, like trying to break it.
Yeah.
Like karate chopping the chain.
Punching it. Yes.
Punching. All right. So you lay the chain out, and you aim for a pretty weak point, and you go and you strike the chain as hard, as masterfully as you can,
Yeah.
and the chain doesn't break, and a reverberation is sent throughout the entirety of the chain itself.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
That's
Uh,
a,
yeah, Fenza sort of like falls to her like knees, sort of clutching her hand, and she's gonna say, fuck, not again. It's not working. It's not working. Does anyone have anything else?"
You guys
can
heard me
try-
mention that this room also has dead bodies in it, right? Skeletons.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Make sure y'all.
Grohl, you want to try to chew through this?
While this is going on, I'm gonna start sifting through the bodies looking for a key.
I'm gonna try and heat up the chain so it will potentially melt.
Can Grohl try to strike through the chain with his rack tusk great axe?
Okay. So, I will.
I'll
as
let Bushy
I'll
go
say,
first.
Yeah, you two are doing that. As you guys are getting your rolls out, the girl will go ahead and say, I was afraid of this."
Do you
How
want?
did
Do you want to? What do you want for that, Rin? A strength check?
You can make it a weapon attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kai's going to ask her, how did you come to be here?
I was
Ooh,
lured here.
natural 20.
Ooh, nat 20.
Crit.
And then roll damage.
Lured here by what?
Oh, fuck.
Jesus.
All right.
You're welcome.
As you wallop at this chain, you know that scene from Lord of the Rings where Gimli tries to smash the ring with his axe?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I missed
effectively that. As like, so you come down
Oh,
on
yeah,
it with your axe, with all your might and everything, and as soon as your axe head strikes the chain rebounds all that force and then some back at you, like throwing the axe out of your hand, and it flies against the wall, sticking itself into the wall of the cave.
What the fuck? Okay.
Don't
So now I
worry,
have-
he's just getting warmed up. What
And,
brought what
yeah.
lured you into this cave?
A wizard, an evil wizard, lured me here, and he cast a spell to chain me here. I've been stuck here for 3 days.
But what with all the corpses around?
Well, aside from the obvious, do you need any other attention? Do you need food?
No, I just need this chain off me.
As I'm going through the bodies looking for a key, do I notice like any possible like
Roll
cause
alright.
of death?
So are you looking for causes of death? All right, give me a perception then. Perception or medicine, your choice.
What is better? That would be a perception by 2.
Okie dokie. 11.
Not good at these.
So examining the bones, and the remains, you can tell that these are remains of some seem to be adventurers, others seem to be regular common folk. But on some of the bodies that seem to be more recent, you can tell that there are char wounds on them.
After I'm finished going through them, I'm gonna kind of just where the chain is impaled along the wall. I'm just gonna kind of start feeling along that, looking for anything that would be out of place, like
Alright.
some form of.
All right, and Ushi, you wanted to cast heat metal or use something else to?
Bonfire. Use the bonfire to just basically keep the chain on the bonfire for as long as it takes until.
All right, you do so, and after about a few minutes, it starts to turn red.
Well, it will take a bit longer to either properly.
You're trying to melt the chain.
Yeah.
That's gonna
That's gonna take a while.
that's gonna take a long ass time. Now, if
Wait.
you're looking to heat it up to like bend or damage it, that's a very different.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Threshold.
and if you want to.
Okay. But and then Asha, feeling around where the chain sort of phases into the wall, it's just completely solid.
I'm going to ritual cast detect magic.
Okay. So you spend the 10 minutes doing it. Anything going on in that 10 minutes? I'll that chain's looking pretty hot. Bushi.
Well, I'm gonna get rolling that.
The Raven Queen is not graced with such skill yet.
So, Rin, are you telling me that my axe is stuck in the wall now?
I wouldn't say stuck. You can get it out.
Okay, but it did not break through the chain.
It did not break through the chain. Did it even chip it?
Oh. Holy shit. Okay.
So, how do we find this wizard to free you from this bondage?
I don't know. I haven't seen him since he chained me here. I imagine he also uses his magic to keep it warm, so I don't freeze to death.
Did any of you insightful people just check to see if she's telling the truth?
Yeah, I'm inside this.
16. Are you using the inspiration or no?
No.
Okay, so the 16. Plus 1. Is it the 16 plus 1 total for a total of 17, or is the 16 already including the 1?
It's not including the 1.
Okay, so 17 total. Alright, so I will say, listening to this woman tell her story, she doesn't seem to be lying, but she also doesn't seem to be telling you the whole truth either.
As they're sort of like waiting, Fenza's gonna sort of lean against the wall and say, "This is why I used to be with a group. We would do the raids in the Underdark and try to free slaves. We would always bring a scroll of Revivify just in case we had to cut off someone's head or arm to get them out."
Please
Well,
don't.
I'm sure we could get back to the city in time to revivify. Should we need to remove a limb?
No, that's only 1 minute.
I prefer not to die to get free.
And I doubt we have the money for any long-term revival magic, unfortunately.
And then I'll say 10 minutes has passed, and the results of your detect magic. So I'll also say, Benza, the whole time Asha was casting this spell, you would have noticed the girl looking nervously at you. Like from time to time, she'll just glance at you nervously.
Yeah, that's fine. She doesn't think much of it. That makes sense.
But yeah. So the results of your detect magic. So once you fire off the spell, you can go. You start looking at the chain, and you can see that it's emanating a very powerful kind of magic, as though it's it seems to be a very powerful conjuration type magic.
Okay, that checks out so far.
But then, as you follow the chain from the wall all the way to the girl, you see that the girl herself is just teeming with magic as well.
Lantern
Fuck.
time. Lantern.
What are you?
Just a girl.
Lantern.
Just a girl brimming with magic.
My father always said that I was special.
Lantern.
Lantern.
Asha. Asha.
The lantern doesn't seem to be picking up anything. It's still attuned to the chewingas.
Okay.
Asha, you ever viewed a sorcerer before? Is it
I've-
something like that with her?
I've never looked at another mage with this. It's possible, I guess, but something's not feeling right.
Okay, well, while
Does-
they're doing
How,
this,
how many bodies are in here, like skeletons?
How many skeletons? I would
How many-
say complete sets. There's
Ju-
about a couple of dozen complete sets, but there's
just to
even
count the skulls,
say again.
just to count the skulls, just to get an idea of how many.
How many
How
different
many-
skulls are there? Okay, so
Yeah, skulls would be the best measurement.
60, 70?
With dozens upon dozens of charred corpses. There is something not right here.
And
I'm
it's
gonna
warm
look
here.
for secret doors, traps, anything like that.
Do you see any other magic here?
The chain was summoned, as she states. It is magical in nature. In regards to can I dispel this, I'm not that powerful of a practitioner yet.
All right. Same for you, Ace, I presume.
What?
I will also say, since you're now actually looking around at all, trying to take an account of all these corpses and remains, you spot that there is one skeleton that seems to be completely intact, and it seems to be propped up against a wall. And the skeleton has a book under its arm, and it also has a really big hat. Like if you guys ever played Dark Souls, Big Hat Logan.
Yeah,
Like just a massive giant wizard's hat.
yeah. I'm going to approach that body, still keeping a wary eye on the girl,
Okay,
and yeah.
Okay. Ace, what's the what medicine check for?
To determine the condition of the skeletons better, the corpses, the maybe species, maybe exact,
Okay.
causes of death.
So the 18 will tell you you can identify a number of different species. Not all humanoid, and not all. Yeah, there's a range of human, elf, tiefling, orc, all kinds of different remains here. They seem to have no kind of consistency with when they arrived or when they died.
Huh. So
I
what?
would
What
also
did Fencer want from me? I was asked something, didn't hear.
Fenza? Ante?
What?
Did you ask?
I think I asked just like whether there was any other sort of magic going on in the room.
Oh no. I mean, I can use a spell magic, but that's gonna give the same kind of thing.
All right. Who was going towards the corpse?
I was moving towards the wizardly looking corpse.
I will keep an eye on her.
I'm going to
Alright.
search for doors, traps, secret things.
Okay. So Asha, as you start walking towards the wizard's body, you walk past the girl, and as you get a little bit distance away from her, and then you hear her mutter under her breath, like quietly, "Shut up."
Perception check. What isn't shutting up?
Go ahead. You don't hear anything. And Kay, you're looking for any secret doors or anything?
I'm supposing with the 7, that's going to be a no-go.
Yeah, that's a no-go.
Dice are not kind to me today.
All right, then. I think it's up to Ren.
All right. So, Ren, you heard that. Do you respond to it, react to it anyway, or do you keep walking towards the
I'm
corpse?
gonna turn to her. No, please do not shut up. Please explain.
Oh, sorry. I just I've been here by myself for so long. I guess my imagination.
I'm gonna start stepping away for careful not to turn my back to her, and keep moving towards the wizard corpse. And then I'm
Is
going
something
to
wrong? Is it something I said?
quietly cast message to Grohl. Grohl, it's Asha. Be ready to kill her if she tries anything.
He clutches his hand axe on his belt.
And I'm going to reach for the book that I'm gonna just call it the wizard corpse because it looks like that.
Okay.
And I'm gonna pick it up and see if there's anything that'll help in like any clues in the book.
So you start investigating the journal, the book, and it seems to be both a journal and a spell book.
Definitely keeping this in the long run.
All right. So, do you know Elvish?
Ah, I actually have a spell for this. Comprehend languages.
Great job.
I took it on my level up because when we had that whole thing with the dwarven language, that hole in our language thing, I was like, you know what? I'll take this and identify. I don't have the component for identify, but I do have a comprehend language.
All right. So, you grab the book, but will you be casting as a ritual or using a spell slot?
Oh, ritual cast it. I don't have it like prepared as a spell today.
All right. So that'll be another minutes. So,
Yeah.
are you gonna start walking back over?
No, I'm gonna
Or
keep my distance from
you're
her.
gonna stay there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't trust her at all right now.
Fenza will say, I do speak the surface tongue if you need.
If you'd like to read it, you can.
All right, and she'll move over and start speed reading this.
As
Can I roll
you-
this?
As
Yeah.
you start moving over, like heading over to Asha, she goes ahead. She tells you that you won't find anything useful in there. I've already checked.
Is that
Perhaps.
some place that she could reach on the length of chain that she has available to her?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I shall speed read.
Okay. So quickly skimming over, you're reading the Wizard's Spellbook / journal, so you can see the spells that he has inside the book. There's a Cone Cold. You might want to. I'll put these in chat.
Thank you. I was gonna try and speed type him, but I'm not that fast.
So there's Cone Cold, Animate Dead, Speak with Dead.
All of
Wall
these are
Flame,
incredibly useful. Oh my god.
and then
Oh my god, what?
Cosfear. These are the spells in the book.
These are amazing.
Wow.
9.
Yeah, that is right up your alley.
Yeah, too bad you can't cast any of them.
Yeah, but I can eventually transfer them over.
Fence is gonna say, I don't know too much about what these spells are. I mean, it looks like there's some necromancy. One of them's red, one of them's blue. I don't know anything else, but
and then you get to the journal bit, and it seems to be this is the journal of a wizard known as Thaden. I'll put that in chat too.
Oh, I think it's an easy one.
Yep.
Nope,
So
not very.
Thaden was an elven wizard who was traveling around the lands collecting many a bit of knowledge. Came from the town of, not the town, but he came from Candle Keep, and he was looking for a means to attain the rank of Archmage. So he was out trying to make a big discovery. He came to Icewind Dale about 5 years ago, and he was looking to make a bargain with a powerful magical creature for some kind of knowledge that he can take back home. And that's where the journal ends.
Okay. This is gonna sound stupid because none of us have asked yet. But is this the end of the cave? Like, does it go deeper?
Nope, this is all there is.
When we were running here, did we see any splintered path, like splitting off paths?
Nope, just a single way in and out.
All right. Once Asha has read this as well,
She's also gonna. The girl's gonna say, "I told you, there's nothing of any value." I
What about
imagine,
and
and judging by the type of magic the wizard knew, I would imagine that he was planning on using me for one of his necromantic spells. But he hasn't come back for quite some time, so who knows? Maybe he was even gathering up all these bodies for something.
Okay.
I'm gonna go pick up the hat and investigate the hat.
It's a big hat.
there was no magic coming off of it when I swept the room with detect magic, correct?
Yeah, the only magic was coming from the chain and the hat and the girl.
Yeah.
Fenza's gonna look over at Asha and say, "Did you meet any other spellcasters in East Haven while we were there? Anyone who might be able to dispel this?"
No, none that I know of.
All right. This changes everything, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Please.
I didn't.
You gotta get this chain off me before he comes back.
Well, do you know how we get the chain off of you?
Oh, if I knew how, I would have done it myself.
Look, listen, ma'am. Okay, look. This isn't some ordinary chain. It seems to reflect energy that's put into it back out. There's not really any sort of way for us to break or get through this, I don't think. You said that these were magical, right?
Yes.
Okay, alright. Listen, I'm really sorry, okay? But we're probably going to need to go get someone who's capable of dispelling this.
Like who?
I don't know yet, but we're going to find someone, okay?
I mean, do you know of someone who could dispel a 7th level spell?
Maybe. I don't know how that stuff works.
Okay, so silly question.
Though.
Silly question here. We've been attacking the chain, but the chain is embedded into the side of the cave, correct?
Like
What if we try chipping away at the wall of the cave around the chain?
Like I would say,
You
the
just
chain,
want me to break my axe, don't you?
like the chain phases into the wall. Like it's not mounted onto it's not. There's no mount for the chain to hook into. It just
Right, but that's what I'm
phases into the
saying.
wall.
If we try chipping into the wall to see how deep the chain goes into the wall.
Well, do we have anything that chip at the wall? That's the crux of that issue.
Roll starts headbutting the wall where the chain is.
Yeah.
Yeah, slam your head against the wall. Until you...
let me compare my damage to a war pick really fast. Hold on to see if this is viable.
A war pick is a D8.
A D8? Oh, I don't think it's viable. I don't think that I can punch into that wall yet.
It's moments like this I wish we had a dwarf amongst us and their knowledge of stone.
Yeah. But look, listen, okay? From what I understand, you just need to be able to dispel, and then you can usually dispel most anything. Okay? We could sit here chewing away at all of this, but the only thing that's going to result in is you and me and all of the others dying. Okay?
Well, you're half right about that.
What do you mean?
Oh, I mean, well, you guys can always leave, but I'll still be here.
All right, listen. All right, I'm going to leave you some food and water. Okay? We're about half a day's travel from Goodmead, maybe a day more from Dugan's Hole. Okay? I'm gonna leave you like a bunch of food here. Okay? And we'll try to get back as soon as possible. Okay?
Yeah, I can't leave her.
She lets out a very long, drawn-out sigh as she stands up. And then she speaks again, but her voice is different.
Fuck.
I tried. Seems that that's not going to work. And then she begins walking over towards you, Asha. And she walks right past you. And she walks right up to the skeleton. And she says, "This is what you wanted, isn't it? Oh, stop laughing."
What?
So you are the entity that the wizard invoked in search of knowledge.
She goes ahead and she sits down on a rock, crosses her legs, and goes, "Yes. He came
What?
to. He came
Please.
to. He came to me seeking knowledge that I possessed, in a relatively reasonable business exchange. But apparently he had other plans to betray me, gain my knowledge, and then she lifts the chain, which, by the way, as I mentioned, is like 95 pounds, and like a few links total out to like 95 pounds. And she just takes a single finger and she like lifts it up. And it's just like, but then he bound me to this cave.
So what then exactly are you?
One condition.
I
Actually,
hardly think you're in a position to put conditions on this, but please let us hear it.
Oh, I do believe that you're the ones in a very disadvantageous position. But two conditions. One, you don't run away. Two, you hear me out.
Well, if we die, this is all Grohl's fault. He found the cave.
Asha laughs at that one.
You just weren't satisfied with the lean-to.
Do you agree to my terms?
What is it? You some kind of hag or something?
Please. Far more powerful than something like that as she starts examining her nails. Ugh,
You are a creature of flame.
this
Well, I cannot speak for the others, but I agree to your terms.
she points to you, Asha, and says, "Close. Very close." And she goes ahead and says, "Well, as long as you don't... All I ask is that you don't run and you hear me out.
I will hear you out.
I can be quite reasonable."
Asha says, "I will hear you out in Infernal."
The devil's tongue. Cute.
Does 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 she respond in infernal?
I'll say yeah. She responds in infernal.
Okay, Fenza, she doesn't speak the language, but she would totally be able to recognize it. It's like knowing someone's speaking like Russian or something. She's going to have her hand on her rapier.
Oh please, put that toothpick away. It won't matter.
If she is a powerful creature from another plane, I don't think there's anything any of us could do.
I'm a powerful creature from another plane.
So, do you agree to my terms or no?
I agree to your terms to hear you out.
Very well. Good enough. And then she goes ahead and she gestures, like she gives like a shooing motion, gesturing you to back up.
I take a couple steps back.
She does it again. A bit more space, a bit more rooms.
Keeps going. Keeps going until she basically gives me the thumbs up.
And then she begins to morph her form from this
Oh
red-headed
God, it's
human
fucking
girl.
right.
And as you see, red scales begin to form across her body as she grows into a much larger form with starts to sprout wings, and the chain around the neck and the clasping collar enlarges to grow around the thickness of the new neck. As you see a red dragon.
Oh, not where I thought that was going.
That was I was thinking it was either going to be some form of devil or demon, or this. So your plan to melt the chain clearly would never have worked.
You say that out loud.
Yes.
Okay. And then the dragon will now respond. Yes, I've tried that many times.
And raw strength will not break it.
Of course not. If it weren't so simple, I wouldn't be trapped here for 5 years.
You bid us to let you speak. What is your story?
It is, as I said, mostly. I didn't exactly lie to you, withholding some information. I was here to meet with a wizard in exchange for some knowledge. He was going to grant me something that I sought of value as well. He had plans to betray me and lured me to this cave in which he struck me with this horrid spell, binding me to this cave. Chains can only be undone by a willing participant who knows full well what they're doing. I assumed that I could trick you into breaking the chains, but it seems the knowing what they're doing part also seems to involve them knowing what they're about to set free. Isn't that right? As she turns her head towards the the skeleton of a wizard, the skeleton of the hat.
Right.
Oh, stop laughing.
And is that how all these other bodies came to be?
Oh, well, 5 years is a very, very long time, and, well, a girl's gotta eat.
What's in it for us if we free you?
What do you want?
What do you have to offer? I've heard tales of dragon's boons.
Wait, say again?
I've heard tales of dragons' boons.
Boon. Yes, I might be able to do something such as that.
I
But
think a boon would be an appropriate trade.
hmm. And if I can't, and if that's not within my possibilities, what would you want?
Uh, Perhaps, do you have a hoard somewhere? Maybe a little something from it?
Unlike my other draconic brethren, I don't seek interest in material treasures. The ones that I seek are here, and she takes a talon and taps her head.
But yet you have a nest somewhere, a den.
This is the land of my white-scaled kin, not mine. I merely came here searching old knowledge.
Old knowledge about what?
Have you ever heard of something called the Lost City of Yithrim?
Have we heard anything of the lost city of Yithrim?
You guys can roll history checks. It's gonna be a tough one, though.
You know what? I'm going to burn my inspiration on this.
Nope.
17.
Ooh.
Anyone else want to give it a try? With a -1.
Why
Okay.
not?
All right, so Ace, yeah, Grohl, oh wow, you did better than Osh.
Oh,
You did better than the
I-
wizard.
I didn't
Yeah,
need to roll
I
twice.
I flubbed that roll.
But yeah, Ace, you would know that Yithrim is an ancient Nethri city, some thousands of years ago. That was supposed to be somewhere, located far north.
Well, I'm gonna tell the party that. Well, all I can know, all I can tell.
So you aren't thousands of years old then?
No. I'm quite young for my kin. I was looking for information on the city, wherein the wizard contacted me via a familiar. Claimed that he had knowledge of the city that I sought. In exchange for some knowledge that I possessed, he would tell me, which is why I came here to this cave in the first place. And 5 years later, he still hasn't held up his end of the bargain. As she gives a slide glance to the skeleton in the corner.
Fenza is going to nod and say, tell you what, huh? I've heard you dragons can see without sight, is that correct?
What are you getting at?
My eyes are pretty fucked. Maybe you give me that ability and I can set you free.
You want my eye?
Can you not, give such a power? Be as a patron?
I heard of stories of such, in which humans wrestled the eyes of a dragon and implanted it into themselves. It created a interesting situation. But is this what you want in exchange for my freedom, my eye?
I was more going for, metaphorically. Look, You are the dragon here. You know how this stuff works. I don't like.
Some,
You know what I'm asking for here, right?
what sort of knowledge did that wizard? What sort of knowledge was he asking about?
He wanted to know the location of a treasure that's supposed to be here in Icewind.
Side
Let
note, Rin,
Yes.
it would be very obvious that Fenza doesn't really care about her eyes that much, and she's just trying to look power hungry.
Okay. Um,
that and you do know where this treasure is supposedly meant to be.
1 second here. Let me get a wisdom check on the dragon. Yeah, the dragon knows you're lying. All bravado, trying to look tough. But and what was your question, Asha?
And you know where this treasure is?
Yes, I do.
The information you were going to give to the wizard in exchange for your freedom.
And I don't have to lose an eye.
Don't have to lose an eye. And as long as you don't kill us on your way out, I think that would be a fair trade. You bother us none, we bother you none. We never see each other again if we can avoid it.
Very
More
well.
than fair.
The terms seem acceptable. And the dragon will hold out a talon to you as though like to shake on it.
I will hold out a hand, and
Yeah.
as we quote
You're about to make a
unquote,
blood pact.
I know what I'm doing. So mote it be.
Alright. You two shake on it, and she goes ahead and says, "Now, go ahead and try releasing the chains now." And the dragon will careen its neck down so you can reach.
I will attempt to release the dragon.
You fiddle with the collar, and now the collar undone clicks open quite easily, and then the chain and the collar itself fade away
God. Oh God.
as she goes ahead and starts shaking her neck, rustling it out. Ugh, that feels wonderful.
And next week, we all roll new characters.
And then she's gonna like walk over to the skeleton with the hat on all fours and goes ahead and snaps at it. Ha! In your face. I'm free now. And look at you. A skeleton in a cave. Oh! And she takes a talon and pokes into his hat. I'll be taking this with me. Ta-ta. And then she walks over back to you and looks down at you and says, "Well, I am a worm of my word, and I'll make." Oh, your phone died. And wait, do you still hear us? Oh wait,
Probably not.
Probably not. Oh,
still in the Discord.
this is wild. This is foul techno sorcery. The Omnisire does not allow this.
The Omniside.
Look,
Machine.
the Queen of England is going on the Golden Throne. It's all coming together. We are in the darkest timeline.
It's almost like you're speaking English.
Okay, yeah, he can still hear us. All right. So yeah, I am a worm of my word, and I will give you the knowledge. By the way, I told him before he shackled me. and I burnt him to the crisp. How foolish! It's like he didn't have much of a plan. He was gonna trap me here, and then he decided to take his time and gloat. Like, of course I
I
killed
figured I
him.
figured we'd be in a similar situation if we said no. End
Oh,
up
yes.
extra crispy.
Well, I wouldn't have let you just go out and tell everyone that there's a dragon here. Then no one would. Then my chances of someone coming by and setting me free would be quite slim. But
And yet
yes.
you have not told us the location of this treasure.
Yes. Here it goes. So the treasure that he was looking for was a crown. A crown that belonged to the last queen of the Frost Giants. It's located on an island on the Sea of Moving Ice. It's in the last stronghold of the Ice Frost Giants called Grimskull. The crown's supposed to have potent magics, ancient magics.
And what is the nature of that magic?
I wouldn't know. Text I found didn't explain as such.
So what will you do now?
Well, I suppose that I wasn't completely finished here. The wizard still hasn't held up his end of the bargain. Probably bitter that I killed him and all. So
Well, what was his end of the bargain? What were you hoping to achieve?
I was looking for something, a special artifact of my kin, a orb of dragon kind. One might be here in Icewind, and I was searching for it. He claimed that he had knowledge of its location, and that's what we came to exchange, knowledge for knowledge. Location of an artifact for a location of an artifact. But now I'm starting to think that he was lying the whole time.
And if we could locate this bauble for you, this trinket, it would be of great value to you.
Immense, yes. Would you like to make another deal?
Perhaps we should wait until we actually hold all the marbles and gauge
Yeah, we have.
just then.
Very well then. If we are finished here, then I would like to take my leave.
And what will you do now?
Continue what I have been doing. Scouring all the libraries, searching for any information on what I'm looking for. You know, I've grown quite attached to that appearance. I think I might use it again. Perhaps we'll meet again, as the dragon says, and begins to walk out of the cave, back down the path that you guys came in.
Yeah.
Okay, the next person who complains because I wanted to go confront the sea hag, I'm just going to remind you, we did
I
not
never-
get eaten by the dragon.
I never complained about confronting the sea hag. I was all for
I
it.
never did. Just
I
in-
wasn't even there.
Yeah. Grohl was all for it in
Right.
that session.
Right.
Yeah.
That was all fun.
I think Fesna was the one who wasn't for
Yeah,
in for
yeah,
it.
yeah. Fenzo was worried about what that could be.
Ash is just gonna stumble towards the wall and then kind of just like slide down to the ground. Just go, fuck.
Yeah, Fenz is gonna kind of lean over to you, and say, "Do you know how many people you just sent to their death just now?"
We could have struck a better deal.
There are better deals, but I am confident in the decisions I made.
Not only could we have struck a better deal, we could have found a way out of this thing. I mean,
I'm sorry. Did you have a plan for all those teeth and the claws, the tail, the wings, and the fire? Did you
Wait,
have a plan for that?
Wait, hold on.
I
You didn't have a plan?
I was making it up as I went.
Wonderful job.
I
Very
was trying to
convincing.
bullshit it. Make a deal while we go get some wizard. I don't know. They're like proud, aren't they? They'll probably think that we're like stupid little retards and let us go.
Or
Glares at you.
just a thought. Just a thought, but we are also crunchy and taste good with ketchup.
Exactly. I don't want to be eaten. So I chose the best possible option I could think of off the top of my head.
She's sort of like spins around a bit and then just like falls down next to you and goes, "Oh, you're probably right." You know,
Okay, ladies, let's wait out the storm and then move on to good mead.
I
Yes.
just wanted to live a good life. You know, that dragon's probably gonna do more fuckery than I could ever undo.
Maybe we caused it to have a spark of good in its life. Maybe we'll get it to change its ways.
How it works.
That's funny.
Maybe I'm a good role model for it.
You know, I think I made I like that. You know, I think I made a positive a positive impression in that dragon's life.
Yeah.
Good mead, and it's just burned to the ground.
5 minutes with you, and this dragon is ready to change its evil ways, and it's going to start a whole little coven of lawful good dragons.
I mean, it doesn't have to be lawful good. I would settle for
Red
neutral.
dragons are like the most powerful and the most evil, right?
Look, someone had to make a snap decision to save our behinds.
Could have got us out.
Was that thing eating up my little eye story, wasn't it? Wasn't it, guys?
Stares at you for a moment.
I was going to ask for a dragon's mark.
A dragon mark? Dragon's mark. I like that one.
See if I can't walk out with a new feet.
Oh, fuck. Okay. All right. It's fine. Someone will kill that thing someday, right?
Maybe we will. Maybe we'll come back again and kill it another day.
We're
Yeah,
Yeah,
gonna,
let's go kill a dragon and then kill Aro. We are just gonna kill everything, and we are gonna bring heaven to the prime material, guys.
yes, that's the goal.
Yep.
Oh god. Okay. All right.
I'm just here on a recon mission. I'm not supposed to change the course of events in this world. I'm just supposed to get information.
Well, we've just done that today, guys. We just
Yes,
did
we did.
that.
So, Stu?
Oh,
Stew. Definitely stew.
Yeah, I think we need some stew after all that.
yeah.
Roll plops himself down promptly and awaits eagerly for the stew to be made.
Roll rock solid, unfazed by dragon.
Ash is basically just using her familiar as an emotional support dog at this point.
He's seen ice
Social
dragons
support
before
owl.
in his travels.
And emotional support animal, so she's just fucked up.
This has been a very stressful last however long this has been.
I'd say that whole exchange was about 40 minutes.
Yeah, that whole exchange, incredibly stressful.
Also, guys, it seems that we're doing a pretty good job because we did not die,
This is true. This is true.
and Rin promised us a swift death in this campaign.
I think he's just lulling us into a false sense of security.
Look,
Oh,
we
no.
made it through the first most dangerous level, level 1.
Well, we got through the hag, we got through the blizzard, we got through the dragon. You know what's going to kill us? Those stupid little wisp things we're looking for.
In town.
All it takes is just one little rapier strike for like most of us, bro. Like
I
we
mean,
aren't-
Chewingas are pretty friendly from what I understand.
And
Yeah,
yet,
she
that's
said
what's going to kill us.
yes. She did say that they were friendly.
I didn't trust that bitch.
She said they're mostly harmless.
Mostly, yeah.
Right.
Dracula's mostly harmless until he's ripping your throat out.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. We going to call it here?
Yeah, we're gonna call it here.
Yeah. Okay.
That was an awesome session.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was some good role playing today. That was fun.
I gotta use my scary barbarian voice more often.
You do, yeah.
Nearly enough today.
Well, and I discovered something about Kai that I didn't realize. I didn't realize that Kai was a dick when I created him. You know, my characters tend to take on a life of their own, and he's pretty stuck on this whole I'm Fey and I'm better than everybody else, right? So he's growing and he's learning.
All right.
Seems
so,
all right with Grohl.
So by third or fourth level, he should be somewhat reasonable.
What's it called? So really quickly, guys, who
So
would
when
be
is-
down to play next week?
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask.
I'm good.
Oh yeah, I'm good for every
Fine.
Monday now. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in.
So far I'll be good for every Monday, but that might change depending on my work.
I would say
But I
yeah,
should be good.
Monday for like the next few months, definitely.
I know there's going to be a couple Mondays that I'm not available, but as of right now, I don't have anything specific on the horizon.
Yeah.
So,
Maybe in the fall, once I like start school again, I might need to take a couple Mondays off, but that's a long way away.
Yeah. We'll worry about. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But
Did
Yeah,
we
we
lose
were-
all.
Bushy? Did he fall asleep again?
No, not yet. But so we're all good for next Monday, the 28th,
Yeah.
the final day
Yep.
of February.
yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, excellent. Yeah, that was a fun session. I wasn't expecting you guys to just, not pick up on the red flags.
Oh, I saw the red flags.
Yeah.
Flags. I was just Ash is a very curious person by nature.
Like none
So,
of your
you
characters were
people just
any like.
weren't satisfied with this lean-to.
It's just like, oh,
Lean
it's
to would have been so much easier.
just the girl chained up, surrounded by skeletons.
We literally just caused countless deaths. Like countless.
Ash. One of Ash's problems is she's too curious for her own good.
Like they live forever, and they slaughter people.
Forever's relative.
Yeah,
Okay,
Once
yeah,
we-
have to
once
hunt
we get
down that
more-
dragon at some point.
Once
How
we
old
get the
are
Orb of Dragonkind, we'll control it. It will be fine.
Once we're level 6, we'll just kill it. It's like a young red dragon, right? It's
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was young.
not an adult,
It-
it's not an adult yet.
Yeah,
We'll find it again.
look, it's not an elder red dragon. It's fine. It's not an ancient red dragon. It's fine. It's fine.
It will be in
Fine.
3,000 years. We have to think about because that's gonna happen someday. Because we let
That's-
it out.
That's why we kill it in 2,999 years.
I wonder if we bring the skull back to the temple of Torm. You know, if Torm would actually come back to the town.
Tom is gonna give a sloppy toppy too.
Look, Asha, once she's fucking like sitting there, she's just praying to Timora.
So seriously, here's what I'm thinking here. If we can find that orb of dragon kind, knowing that we're going up against some kind of frost mage of some ilk or another, having a red dragon at our beck and call could be useful.
Also, that crown of the Queen of the Frost Giants could also be useful.
Yes.
Good luck
fuck it
finding
is,
the orb,
Fenza
though.
can only kill it. Like to destroy it. Like Fenza, orb of dragon kind is probably one of the most like sus things she's ever heard in her life. You know, that's like right below flail of suffering. You know,
Flail of suffering.
yeah.
Hey, some people pay extra for that.
Yeah, a lot of people pay extra for that.
What's it called? But good session, guys. Okay, I
Yeah,
gotta
it was a
dip
good
out.
one.
Yeah.
All right, you take care.
I
And I,
See you guys.
Y'all have a good week.
all right,
You too.
You all take care, and I'll see you all next week.
See ya.
All right. Who expected a dragon at level 2?
Stress. My heart did not expect this.
All right, take care, Brian.
Yeah, you too. Ah! Where's the disconnect? There's the disconnect.